Today, right?
Okay.
Here she comes, here she comes.
Comes Margie.
One-minute warning, like them cowboys. Don't do it.
9 o'clock.
See ya.
Please rise. I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States
States of America,
And to the republic for
for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas
Texas
flag.
flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state,
under
under God,
one.
and indivisible.
Okay.
Report, how's the progress?
Good morning, everybody. We go to line item number 3, public testimony. Anybody not on the agenda may appear before the court at this time.
Got Mr. Brandon Wright.
Morning. Name's Brandon Wright with the Post OG in Orange Grove. We have a concert coming on Veterans Day. It's Lee Greenwood is playing. We're going to ask the county to come in and help us with security and maybe help with the fireworks show. And also some possibly military doing a flyover. We've started with some of those conversations. And I guess y'all talk about this later or something. So that works.
Yes, we cannot respond because it's a public testimony. Something like that, you need to get on the agenda, so we can
Okay.
converse anyway. Yeah. But thank you for being here.
All right. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Mr. Mede Gonzalez, Safety Department.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here on behalf of our JWC County Safety Department in regards to vector control. In regards, in the news media, you've heard a lot of situations about our news about infected mosquitoes and diseases. So we want you to put you at rest that JWC County Vector Control is taking the lead here as far as continuing to spray, continuing to spread out larvicide to help control those mosquitoes. Of course, we don't have a lot of standing water at this time, which is a plus, but also know that we have trapped a lot of mosquitoes. What we do is we trap mosquitoes and we trap them and send them to the Texas Department of Health and for testing for encephalitis and all the different diseases that are prominent here. That as far as that issue about that disease that's very rare here, it's highly uncommon that we would be affected by it, even though there's only one case. But know that we have trapped and tested at least about 42 sites around the county, from Orange Grove to Fremont to Bentonville to the west side of Alice in Loma Linda and into San Diego and the Green Acres area. There are some hot spots, of course, where mosquitoes are pretty active. But for the most part, we got it under control. There's no major disease or anything that's been detected in any of these mosquitoes that's been tested. So you can rest assured that you're fine. But we still continue. Right now we're in a little lull because of the drought. But we know that as soon as we get the first rain, within 6 to 7 days, you will hear an influx of mosquitoes. And then you will see us go back into active mode, because back with the larvicide and also back with the mist spray, which is the county bought a Kruger machine that sprays the mist. You all ran behind those mists in the past. Well, this was a safer mist. But this mist that you will see it only early in the mornings and late in the evenings, okay? Because this is an adulticide. This only kills the adult mosquito, and the mosquito has to be active. It has to be flying. It has to run across the mist, so it'll kill the adult side, the adult side would take effect on the adult mosquito. And all we're trying to do there is to control the population. In the meantime, you take the proper precautions, wear long sleeve, wear slacks in the evenings, because there's when a little pesky mosquito that's bothering you in your backyard, that is no cause to worry, but for comfort, you wear slacks or spray your area and dump any water that you may have, containers, bird baths, and all those things that for now, kind of empty them out on a regular basis. That way you can control those little pesky mosquitoes that are in your backyard. But as far as the one that was in the news media here in Texas and in Florida, it is just one particular mosquito that carries that disease, and it's very uncommon in here, okay? So it has to go through a lot of swatting and spraying and stuff for the mosquito to actually penetrate and come into this area. So, but again, we keep trapping and testing, so you're safe for now. That is my public announcement for today.
Thank you, Amedeo.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning.
Or discuss, consider, take action on minutes from previous. Oh, we have one more?
Sure.
Oh, the sheriff.
Yeah, good morning, Commissioners, Judge. Just want to inform you that we have 65 inmates, 10 females. I also wanted to inform you about Senate Bill 22 that will take place September 1st. We will be eligible to receive $350,000 in January and can apply. That is a sure shot of monies that will be coming our way to Jim Wells County for deputy salaries as well as jailers. $350,000. We've already talked to Mr. Gamis regarding this. This monies will be coming in, and we will discuss it before the budget or during the budget hearings. We had officers participate in the job expo in Robstown. We were able to pick up some information on some people that want to apply with us. So this is where we're at right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
I'll take one of those waters.
Anybody else? Not being any, go to line item number 4, discuss, consider, take action on minutes from previous meeting.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
There's a motion, second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign.
Mr. Ventura, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, good morning to Commissioners Court and Mr. Ventura. Thank you for presiding for me today. I want to ask if we can move to item 17, 19, and 20 before you move further with the other items. I know Mr. Tejerina, our financial advisor, is there. He needs he also needs to present here, and then he's got other meetings he's got to go to also. So if we can start with those three, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do number 5 first, Judge, because there's also people with that line item, and then we'll go to the 17, 19, and 20.
17, 19, and 20. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you.
We'll do number 5, and then we'll go there. Line item number 5, presentation by Texas State Soil and Water Conservation Board to present Commissioner Precinct 2 Ventura Garcia with a check for flood control O&M program reimbursement requests. Morning, guys.
Morning. Mr. Ventura, it's a pleasure being here, sir, in front of you, and beautiful job that you all been doing, sir. Judge Trevino, good morning. Members of the Jim Wells County Court. My name is Arnold Trejo. I am the chairman of the Jim Wells County Soil and Water Conservation District 355, along with Mr. Albert Martinez, which is here, David Simmonsall, Lindsay A. Kenning II, Victor Science, who serves as board member, Gloria, our clerk, Ricardo Chapa, Adrian Perez, and that are of the Texas Soil and Water Conservation Board. We would like to present Jim Wells County with a check in the amount of $39,134.70 as part of the Operation and Maintenance Grant Program available through our lead agency, Texas State Soil and Water Conservation Board. This money was utilized by applying for grant assistance by Commissioner Ventura Garcia and his office staff, along with Ricardo Chapa, Adrian Perez of our Texas State Soil and Water Conservation Board. The money was used for the maintenance to the 7 sites of the Chilipitin, San Fernando Creek that runs through Jim Wells County. We feel that through all of our efforts with Jim Wells County could only benefit by applying for assistance for the fiscal year of 2024. We are extremely pleased to have played a small part in the assistance of this great program and look forward to continue working with Commissioner Garcia and Jim Wells County. And you got all our support on anything that you need. And I want to congratulate you all on so much stuff that you all have done for Jim Wells County. We love you all for doing a great job, and let's continue doing it. And you got our backing, the Texas Soil and Water Conservation District and Jim Wells County Soil and Water Conservation.
And I thank you so much, because it's a challenge keeping up with those 7 sites.
Yes.
Those small dams. I utilized that money back in March and April. I got to do a little bit more work on the site number 4, Ramirez Cox Ranch.
Right.
And, you know, the county contributes money also. And we, you know, it's not, you know, we did the best we could, but there's 7 sites, like I say, and so I appreciate any help you all can give us. You know, I mean, we really, really appreciate it.
Oh, we'll be there for you all, sir.
But I'll give you an example. The Ramirez Cox, the one I worked on in March and April, it's got 5 levees. One of them's 30 foot high, a mile long. The other ones are about a mile long, about 20 foot high, with about 100 acres of spillway, about 3 miles of fencing, you know, so it's a lot to keep up with. And that's just one site.
Yeah.
So we do the best we can, and that's all we can do. But I sure appreciate the funding, actually, I really do.
Yes, sir.
So you want to come up here, and we can take.
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something real quick? This is Judge Trevino. Let me go ahead and put the video so you can see me. This is Judge Trevino. We'd like to thank you all very much for coming today and presenting Mr. Ventura and Jim Wells County with that check. I know that we support Mr. Ventura 110% for what he does for you guys. And we continue to do that. And we appreciate everything you do for us. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Judge.
This time you want to take a
Yes,
snapshot?
we would like to.
Yeah, y'all can all come up here. I guess if I go down there, it'd probably be even better.
You can see me, I can see you. One more.
Appreciate it, guys. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Albert, thank you. You're the main man.
I didn't know, I was just gonna know that get your credit and for you to get in touch with them.
Yeah,
Because that would be your problem.
we're already working on it. Thank you. Okay, now we go to line item number 17. Okay, discuss, consider, take action to approve, update, and revision of Jim Wells County recruitment process.
Okay,
Are
this
you
is
there,
my,
Judge?
yes, sir. Thank you. This is my item. Hold on, let's see. Okay, y'all can hear me. This is my item I put in the Commissioner's Court. The last time we came to Commissioner's Report to approve the update from our procurement process. I don't know how it happened, but we forgot to put one thing that should have been in there. And then the second thing is what you brought up, Mr. Ventura, about the auctions. So if you go to page 3 of the procurement process, it's just adding to the first sentence. It states that the department's officials do not have authority to purchase goods or services exceeding $50,000 without securing specifications made in the request for proposal, except for purchases governed by Texas Government Code 262.023, the purchases made from vendors on a cooperative buy board, or Texas Local Government Code 626.024, discretionary exceptions, and that includes items over 50,000 that are in an auction that is occupied and by a licensed auctioneer. So those are just the two items that we're going to use probably continuously throughout. I just wanted to make sure that they were on the procurement process. I emailed each of the members of the procurement process committee. I had no issues with it that were stated or messages that were come back to me. So with that being said, I'd like the court to approve this today and make it binding from here for and so forth.
Motion to approve item number 17 is presented.
I'll second.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
And I'm an eye on that one too.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Okay. Line item 19, discuss, consider, take action on Jim Wells County Plan of Finance of Insurance of Text Notes Series 2023.
Good morning, Commissioners. Again, Judge Trevino for the record, Robert Tijerina.
Tijerina, by the
Yes,
record.
sir. With Tijerina Galvan Lawrence, we're the county's financial advisor.
Okay.
Here this morning to present the plan of finance for the tax notes. And this is the potential financing that the commissioners and the judge, along with the county auditor and staff, been working on discussing projects. If you turn to page 2, some of the projects are construction of public works, purchase of materials, supplies, equipment, buildings, and land. On page 2, item B, we have the tax note sources. Notes proceeds, par amount is $1,660,000. That is not the final amount. It's a preliminary amount, but the final amount will be presented sometime next month, and it'll be close to that. Tax notes uses, we have the project fund deposit, $1,595,000. Estimated total cost of issuance about $65,000. Both the total sources of funds and the use of funds equal to $1,660,000. Now, the Commissioners Court's goal with this financing is we want to see no INS tax rate increase going into next fiscal year. That is the ultimate goal. And the county is able to achieve that. Mr. Gomez was able to supply us with the final net assessed valuation. You can find that on page 3, column B, row 9. There's an increase of about 10.4%. Property values went from $2,168,000,000 to $2,394,000,000. So that's a 10% increase. If you notice on column D, there's only one amount filled in on row 8, column D, $257,000. That is your last payment, principal and interest on your Series 2008 refunding. So again, that is the last payment for this fiscal year. After this fiscal year, the county is considered debt-free. So that's the reason we're layering in the tax notes, principal and interest on column E, and you're able to maintain the same interest and sinking fund tax rate, which you can find on column J. With the property growth, you're able to borrow about $1.6 million and maintain the 1.17 INS tax rate increase for next fiscal year. Again, it's the same INS with no increase. So if you turn to page 4, the timetable, we're at a regular scheduled meeting today. If the commissioners and the judge approve this item, it allows us to work with Mr. Gomez and the judge and bond counsel and the placement agent, go out there and submit a bid term sheet to the banks. The placement agent will send it to the banks, about 25 plus banks in state, local, and out of state. We'll come back on August the 25th at a regular scheduled commissioners court meeting. It has to be a regular scheduled commissioners court meeting, but the day before, the bids will be due at roughly 11 o'clock. The banks will submit their bids in. We'll work with Mr. Gomez and we'll determine the best and lowest interest rate at that time. And we'll come the next day on the 25th and present that final interest rate and lowest rate to the commissioners court. Again, what you're approving today is allowing us to work together with your staff and go out and send the bid sheet. You're not approving to get into the debt. You're not approving to maintain the INS tax rate at 1.17 cents or do the projects. You're just saying work with the staff, go out there and get us the best and lowest rate possible. On the 25th, at that time is when you'll consider the financing as final. So on the 25th, if you do approve the item, that morning, the county will receive the funds on September the 14th to start your projects. On page 5 is the working group. Issuers, Jim Wells County, Texas. Financial advisor, bond counsel is Escamilla and Ponick. Placement agent, FHN Financial. The purchaser and paying agent to be determined, that's left blank because we don't know who's going to submit the lowest rate out there on the banks. I know it's a lot of information. Commissioner Garcia, commissioners or judge, anybody has any questions?
I don't have any questions. I just want to reassure our constituents that the reasoning for this is that we're going totally out of debt by the end of September for our INS tax collection. And I want to also reassure them that that taxes are not being raised at all by us doing this. What we're doing is we're maintaining the same tax rate that the INS currently, the INS currently has right now, and it's going to allow us to borrow that $1.7 million to do projects that are very much needed and to address issues around the courthouse that are very much needed. But because the reason I'm saying this is because when you see tax notes or any of that language on an agenda, it's an alarming to some people, and I want them just to know that we do have their backs, and we do we're doing everything we can to maintain the same tax rate, not to increase at all. That is not even a factor that's under discussion today. It's just in order to maintain the same rate and to get us the funding we need to address issues that we have around the courthouse and around the Jim Wells County.
I make a motion that we move forward with the county plan of finances and issuance of tax notes.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Same sign. Motion passes.
And I'm also an aye on that one. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners, for the
Robert,
opportunity to
I
present.
sure appreciate it. And
Thank you, Robert.
the good news is that we're debt free.
Absolutely.
You know, so that's one thing that
Absolutely.
people need to know. And to keep our rating, like the judge are saying, we're probably going to have to create, a little bit of liability,
Right.
which amounts to hardly anything.
Correct on the grand
Thank you so
scheme of
much.
things. Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity to represent the county as your financial advisor and moving us up on the agenda. I appreciate it. I hope everybody has a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Robert. Appreciate everything you've done for us. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Ventura,
Yes.
on this next item, I was waiting on a couple of things to finalize. I did not receive them yet. So if I can request that we table table the item. I'm talking about item number 20. If we can table that one,
Okay.
that'd be great.
Make a motion to table number 20.
Okay, so motion and then second, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
And that being done and said, I'm going to leave the meeting. I thank you all very much for having my back and taking care of me when I'm out there. Mr. Ventura, I appreciate you guys, and I'm sure I'm leaving the rest of this agenda in good hands. So I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank
Yes, sir.
you. Have a
Yes,
great
sir.
day.
You too. Thank you.
Line item number 6, consent agenda items will be voted upon one vote and will not be discussed separately unless requested by county judge, commissioners, or citizens.
Commissioners Court, I went ahead and looked over the request. Item number 2 and number 3 are correct. I need to read out item number 1 for
Okay, go ahead.
RMB number 4. Account number 24-624-57700, motor vehicles, amount from this line item is 29,500. You're gonna move that money into 24-624-42700, conferences, an amount of 5,000. 24-624-486.15, contract labor repairs, an amount of 1,000. 24-624-42000, telephones, an amount of 3,500. And into 24-624-463.00, rental of equipment, 20,000. It's a total amount of 29,500 that's being transferred for the budget revision.
Okay, is there a motion with the changes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
With the
Second.
changes, right?
With the changes applied.
Okay. Is there a second?
A second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Line item number 7, discuss, consider, take action to implement burn ban for 90 days.
Hello, Lance Brown, EMC for Jim Wells County. Well, as y'all know, our fire seasons, we kind of lucked out the beginning, but the last couple of weeks, we've been having a lot more fires on the north side of the county and on the south side. You look at all the stuff, the KBDIs, we were at, 2 weeks ago, we tabled the line item for it. We were at 236. In 2 weeks, we came up 251 points. We now set at 480. The threshold's 570. So my recommendations is go ahead and put in a 90-day burn ban into effect. We can always lift it if we get a substantial amount of rain, but according to TDM's recommendations, there's no significant rain in the month of August as well.
Appreciate it.
Make a motion to approve. A second.
There's a motion and a second to approve. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Motion passes. Thank you so much.
Zion.
Line item number 8, discuss, consider, and approve judges and clerks for 2 years period in accordance with election advisory 2022 to 2026.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning, sir.
Hey, yeah, so what we're doing today with, in accordance with the Election Advisory 2022-26 is getting a list of names from both major parties. And we will draw our judges, clerks, and alternate clerks from those lists from both parties respectively for the election year 2024 and 2025. So this list is from each party chair, and I'm working as a liaison to get you a copy, and this will be our judges pool for the next 2 years if approved.
So is there a deadline for this, or?
Yeah, it's the end of this month, July.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Guerrero, I got a question for you. On right here in the one in Fremont, it says Fremont Library. We're moving it over to the.
Yeah, so a lot of these venues might be
Matter.
different, but it will affect the precinct geographically. So I think now will be the new building, Jim Wells County Annex,
have a name
Fremont
for
2.
you by next meeting.
Yes, sir.
That would be later, no, election,
This will
sites?
deal with any election with both major parties. So we're looking at the March primary, the November general, any potential runoffs, and perhaps a special election where both major parties are involved.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the
I'll
judges
second.
and clerks.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Line item number 9, discuss, consider, take action to fill the county extension agent 4-H and youth development position in Jim Wells County.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Ruben Saldana, District Administrator with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension. And we had come to you earlier to introduce you to a new health agent that we brought here into Jim Wells County. And at that time, I told you that it was our hope that we'd be coming soon with a 4-H, a candidate for the 4-H position. And so that's what we're doing today. We have advertised the position, and we're bringing forward our recommendation to you today. And our recommendation is Teresa Lopez. Teresa's behind me over here. She is she's a native of Rivera, and she has been working as an extension agent in Atascosa County. We have 2 positions that we have that are sort of training positions. We wish we could put everyone in those training positions. It's kind of the shallow end of the pool as opposed to the deep end of the pool. Sometimes we hire people and we just put them into positions because we can't afford to put them into training positions. So this is a real advantage because it gives them a chance to kind of get their feet wet with some experienced agents and sort of learn the job. And that hopefully flattens the learning curve and at least gives them a manageable amount of stress as they're going into permanent positions such as the one that we have here in Jim Wells County. So she's a graduate of Tarleton State. I believe she's enrolled in a master's program right now, and very bright young lady. And so we look forward to what she can do here carrying forward with the 4-H program in Jim Wells County. Now, the action would be effective September 1, but we will pay for, I believe the way we're doing that is we decided we weren't gonna do that, but we will anyway, have an additional sort of an adjustment period for her. And so she would go on the county payroll October 1 while we're taking care of that. The only other little detail that I noticed in here is that I believe the county's share of the salary is budgeted at, and I talked to you about that a little bit, 46 or 48. And I would never want to say the county's paying too much, but I think we're going to have to reduce that county share so that the state is able to
Spoke about it.
right.
That's what you recommend.
Yes, and that's what I'm recommending. Now here it says 31. I believe that when all of the dust settled, Mr. Gomez, we ended up at 41,000. So that would be my suggestion, and that's still a reduction in the contribution that the county would be providing, if that's okay with you all. So Teresa Lopez.
This is already on our budget, no?
Yes, this is already.
It's a higher number.
They're just going by their recommendation on.
Yeah, we already have the funding, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I make a motion that we take action and fill the position. Welcome on board.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Pues thank you, Teresa Gomez.
Welcome on board.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
guys. Good luck. Line item number 10. Discuss, consider, take action to award bids for a purchase of a 2023 Ford F-750 chassis tanker water truck for Jim Wells County Commissioner Renee Chapa, Precinct 3, to be paid by ARPA funds.
Good morning, Commissioners. For the record, I'm Yolanda Sosa Moran. I am the Jim Wells County ARPA Administrator. What you have before you is a bid tabulation sheet. And the two bids that came in, if you recall, Commissioners Court approved to authorize Commissioner Renee Chapa from Precinct 3 to solicit sealed bids to procure a 2023 Ford F-750 chassis, 2,000-gallon water tank truck. And the bids were advertised pursuant to the Texas Local Government Code, Chapter 262. And on July 10th, the competitive bids were received and were publicly opened. And the names of the bidders and the bids were read out loud. Whereas on July 20th, our scoring review committee met to review and evaluate the bid proposals and make recommendation to the Jim Wells County Commissioners Court. And we are here to recommend that Ledwell and Son Enterprises, Inc. be awarded the bid because they were the lowest and most responsible bidder. If you will note on the two bids that were presented, Ledwell, the cost is $120,811.51. There are some additional available options should the commissioner choose to purchase any of those additional options. And the second bidder was Rush and Associates, Rush Truck Center out of Austin with a bid of $160,650.
I'd like to make a motion to approve items presented.
I second the motion. Does it say the recommendation of Ledwell and Son?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Are you okay with the recommendation, Commissioner?
Yes. Please. And again, I'll work with Commissioner Chapa to prepare the purchase order and if she chooses any of the additional options. And we will present that to for the judge's signature and processing by the county auditors using ARPA funds. Any questions?
Okay, there's a motion?
Yes.
A second, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Mr. Garcia, if I may, I'd like to thank all the people in the committee involved. I know they take time out of their business schedules to go out there and go through all this, so thank you all very much.
Yes,
I
I
did
thank
forget
you
to
also,
mention
and
them.
motion's approved.
Yeah, I forgot to mention the evaluation committee was made up of Nelda Ortiz from Precinct 3, Lance Brown. From Precinct 4 was David Rees, and Precinct 1 was Mario Moreno, and from Precinct 2 was Miss Nora Avila. And thank you to them. They did an outstanding job in reviewing this. Thank you.
Thank you, congratulations.
Thank you, Yolanda.
Thank you.
Hey, line item 11. Discuss, consider, take action to authorize Jim Wells County Precinct 4, Huicho Gonzalez to solicit bids for a new streamlined 10,000-gallon vertical asphalt emulsion storage tank with agitator and heaters to be paid by ARPA funds.
Garcia, this is a 10,000 gallon. We're going to go for bids on, we're going to store it at the annex, Sheriff's Department annex here on Old Kingsville Road. It'll hold 10,000 gallons and it'll have heater systems and all that. Instead of us having to travel all the way to Corpus to get 2,500 gallons of oil at a time, and having to wait 5-6 hours to get it over here, we'll have it all located here in Alice, and we can just, from here, we can be able to move our oil faster. So we're just going to open it up for bids.
I make a motion to approve to go out for bids.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Thank you.
I think it'll help you a lot.
Yes, it will. Yeah,
Commissioner.
it definitely will. It's
A lot of time.
very time consuming.
Okay, line item 12, discuss, consider, take action to authorize Commissioner Precinct 4, Huicho Gonzalez to put the following vehicles on auction. 2012 Yamaha Rhino 660 UTV, VIN number 5Y 4AMO 6Y 67 AO 18522, and a 2022 GMC Sierra, VIN number 3GTP2VE 78DG 158815, a 2008 Dodge pickup, VIN number 1D 7HA 18N 67S 57 7331, a 1999 Ferguson roller, model number CP 118 CN 14975. I got through that one.
Just moving out with the old and
Those
bringing
are-
in the new, Mr. Garcia, so we're just getting some stuff out, and we've already purchased some new vehicles, and so we're pushing these out.
Okay.
I just
there-
wanna say that the last number on the GMC, I believe that was it, is 58812.
Said 1.5.
And
Okay, it's 1588,
And
12.
it's SP. He said CP.
Okay.
and it was a 2012 instead
Not
of
a
2022.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just make those
A
corrections.
lot of numbers.
Lot of numbers.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor?
I make a motion to authorize the commissioner to go put his vehicles out for auction.
A second.
Motion and second, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Line item 13, discuss, consider, take action to authorize Commissioner Precinct 4, Huicho Gonzalez, to put the following items on auction: 28 pews, 2 window air conditioners, 1 black toolbox, 1 cedar fence.
I make a motion to authorize the commissioner to put these items out for auction.
A second.
So, motion and the second, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Line item number 14, discuss, consider, take action to solicit bids for the purchase of one new pneumatic roller by Commissioner Huicho Gonzalez, Precinct 4.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Excuse me, that's not by ARPA funds?
The what?
Will you be
not gonna be
financing
by-
or ARPA funds?
Is it gonna be your funds?
I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
Depends on the price,
Why-
though.
why did I ask?
Depends on the price. I sure will let you know.
All right, thank you.
I'll let you know, Mr. Llamas. We're just going out for bids.
Okay, he's soliciting bids, Noe. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fifteen.
line item
Make a
15.
motion. We made a motion, but we haven't voted.
Okay,
Me and Renee.
there's a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Line item 15, presentation and discussion with by board regional support consultant Javier Gonzalez on policy and procedures pertaining to purchases for each department per Commissioner Huicho Gonzalez.
Morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning.
Thought I'd give you all my card, my email address, cell number. I work for Buy Board. I live in Flower Bluff, so I'm here locally, not business away. Yes. I want to cover some information. I'd like to look at this as a two-step process. First, to give you all an overview of what we provide for governmental entities. We're a nonprofit organization that provides this type of services for government entities to streamline what they have to do to get what they need to do. So that's the first step. And the next step after that is to meet with staff as you all direct to help them so that they get familiar with Buy Board in terms of how it's set up. So it's a two-step. I live, like I said, I live in Flower Bluff, so I'm close by. I can meet via Zoom, I can meet in person. It's one of those things that we do for our clients. So with that being said, next slide, please.
Okay, basically, we're going to cover quickly, your relationship with Buy Board at this point in time. And then we're going to cover government code, which allows you to use cooperatives. Then some Buy Board facts, PO processing. We'll talk about job border contracting. And then I already mentioned next steps. The next step is to get with staff, cover things with them. Next page, please. So this is a relationship with Jim Wells County and Buy Board. This is a picture of, the past 2 years. And the past 2 years, I can't read that far. It's too far from here. I can read it. Prior year was $116,000. This current year to date, is $178,000. To the right side, it says John Deere. You bought some last year and this year. You bought some from Gateway Printing and some other Pitney Bowes, other vendors. But we have this, and we provide this for you. Something wrong? Did I say something wrong?
No, it's
My phone's on vibrate, but I can't override that. That overrides my side.
What was I saying? Anyway, it's we provide this, and this information is available to everyone that's logged on the Bible, so they can have that kind of information. Next page, please. We're a nonprofit. This shows these past 2 years that through June, and for 2021, 22, Jim Wells County received $1,000 rebate, $1,002 rebate. Prior year was $500. So what we do is we cover all our expenses, and then we give back proportionally to all our clients to give them back the portion of what they spent on Buy Board. I think it's important to know that we are not, I'll say it 100 times, we're a nonprofit and we're here to serve. Next page, please. This is a list of people that already are authorized on Buy Board. You all can see who they are, and basically the last date in February, July, May, last column over there to the side. These people are already all set up. Next page, please. These are items. This is an interesting one. Noe Gomez purchased something, the PO number was Pedro Trevino. I didn't understand that, but that's what was set up. But the point is, you all decide the PO number, you all set the PO name, you all set up. I'm not lying, I promise. It's one of the biggest thing that we follow is once you supply a PO number, the vendor shifts it to you, the Buy Board price. The issue with the maximum that will charge you the Buy Board price, that's already been negotiated for us. It doesn't mean you cannot negotiate further. If you're buying a case of paper for $50, Buy Board price. If you're buying 100 cases, we can negotiate further. We get into the next step. There's Roberto Silva used our bidding system, and we had 2 vendors respond for 2 different bids. But the point is, you can do it through the system, or you can just talk to the vendor directly. Say, I want case paper, I'm going to pay $40. What's your best price? And you know that you only go up to 50, that's why it comes. Cuts out a lot of the legalese you have to have. Next page. Speaking of legalese, this is a government code that allows you to use cooperatives like Buy Board. I've been in this business for 37 years next month. It was 30 years of school business, the last 10 years of CFO at Corpus Christi State. So legally, putting the paper, doing all that is what cooperatives take out of the picture. So you're just negotiating price, and the most important thing for you all is to get best value. That's what we say to you. Anything that you cannot buy through this process, you cannot buy services provided by firefighters, police, emergency and medical, their phones. You can't buy their fire trucks, you can buy police cars, you can buy ambulances, you can buy that. Can't buy their services. Thanks. So think about what I just said to you all. What we're trying to do is provide you all a process where you're looking to get best value. That's what we're trying to do, is best value. What we do is we audit the price that you receive from the vendor. That's what's important for you to send it to us, your purchase order. Next slide, please. I think it's important to note that Buy Board advertises for items and for everything that we bid on. It's advertised across the state. And you can see the cities where it's advertised. The closest one to here is to Corpus Christi. And they're all term contracts. We have no extensions to the contract. They're all term contracts, 1 to 3 years. And so geographic options means that if you're a vendor, you can only do business in the Corpus Christi area. You say you're only going to be in the Corpus Christi area. But that's set up front through the bid process. Next page, please. This is very important. It's a lot of numbers and names. But what I wanted to demonstrate here is when a vendor gets awarded by board, it's awarded effective date and expiration date. That's the term. We go out for bids on all of them on a regular basis. There's no extensions, and that's important.
Can you talk into the mic? They said they can't hear you online.
I gotta talk louder?
That's it.
Is that better?
Yes, sir.
All right. I apologize. I didn't realize that. But what I'm saying here is basically is all our bids have a term limit and they're all managed and we advertise them statewide so that there's no issue with no one having an opportunity to know when our bids are due. Next page. It's very important to understand that the governing body of buy board is not a buy board employee like myself. It's very important to understand that it's managed by officials from different entities. The one closest to you all here is Michael Robinson. He is the auditor, purchasing agent for Nueces County. But the point is, all decisions are made by employees of the entities that we represent, not made by buy board employees. So it's all managed by you all, and that's important, very important. It's like almost all ISDs and counties are in here. There's 5,900 entities. We have quite a few entities that are involved in buy board, and we service all of them. That's why we have reps all over the area, and that's why you get my card, my cell number, my email address, so that if you have questions, you call me. That's how we work. Next page, please. So it's important to note that a vendor, once he gets on buy board, he is charged a 2% fee to be on board. That covers our overhead, it covers the rebates that go back. Now on vehicles, it's a specific fee, but 400 for cars, light, medium trucks and so forth, but those are all disclosed on their invoice. It's important that you understand that it's all, everything's black and white clear for everyone to understand. There's nothing, if there's a question, you ask us and we'll follow up on it. You're not, it's our job to ensure that vendors follow the rules that they agree to.
Gonzalez, I have a question. So like when somebody becomes a member on buy board, how fast does it happen? And then when it happens, he's just on the list. So let's say we're looking for air conditioning systems to install. So how do I go about, how do I contact, or who do I contact to go? And when I do, does that vendor have to win a contract to become recognized or available to?
Well, I think that's a very valid question and one that we're going to get to in just a bit. Can we get to the next page, please? This is how a process that a vendor becomes a buy board vendor. There's a difference between being an awarded vendor and a registered vendor. That's a big, remember I showed you earlier a slide that showed awarded this date and it's like for 3 years? That's an awarded vendor. When you become a registered vendor, you're not an awarded vendor until your bid comes up and you are awarded the project. So in a little bit, I'll ask the gentleman to get on our buy board website and I'll show you information on where you can look that up very, very easily. And you don't have to have a log on to do that. You can just get that information. But it's important to understand that because a vendor is registered, that doesn't mean he's an awarded vendor. It's very important. And we hear that a lot because there's quite a few registered vendors, but there's only so many awarded vendors. And we have a list that's available. You don't have to have a login to get that. I'll show you that in just a minute so we get there. Does that answer your question, sir?
So when, like, for instance, like right now, I'm going out for bids on a pneumatic roller. And the way we used to do it, and I don't know if it's correct or not, we call somebody, say, oh yeah, I'm a buy board member. Okay, well, they buy it from. Is that really the way it works?
Well,
that's simple.
Well,
or do I have to go through the buy board system and say, I'm looking for a pneumatic roller, and everybody is able to bid on it?
Well, no, you don't have to go through the buy board system. As a matter of fact, that's very, very important what you're just bringing up. You're dealing with a vendor, you can deal with them directly. That we take care of all the legalese. The thing is, you need to confirm that he's a buy board vendor. That's your real question.
Yes.
How do I confirm that it's a buy board vendor? Do you go to our website?
So if we know they're a buy board vendor because they give us their buy board contract number,
then that's sufficient. And what you do is, you know, they're a buy board and they give you buy board and you put buy board pricing. You submit the purchase order to us. Remember, we got to submit the purchase order to us for rebate, but also for audit credit. And when it comes to us and they're a buy board vendor, we'll stamp it and it'll go on. If they're not a buy board vendor, we're going to let you know that they lied to you. So that's how that works.
For instance, like the big tank that I'm going out for bids, I contacted a gentleman, he said he was a buy board, he had registered, but they told him about having to get an awarded contract first.
Not a buy board awarded vendor.
Yeah, so I said, so if I go through there, then he can bid on it, and if he gets awarded, then he becomes.
I'm sorry,
So he's a member, but he hasn't been awarded a contract yet.
It is registered, not an awarded.
Yes.
So to answer your question, let me get to, if he's registered, you have to go out for a bid with him. You cannot go through buy board until he's awarded. You have to be an awarded vendor to be able to be bid to buy board.
So in order for me to deal directly with him, he has to have been awarded something first?
Yes. Has to be awarded.
So buy board won't,
All right, then I'm gonna go through here. Now here, there's a member logins place right there. You don't need to do that. See where it says Texas? See where it says Texas, it says learn more, right below that on Texas. And the resources, the top there to the right. Right here, I think it's important, I'm gonna kind of want to touch this, but right here in the middle here, and mind you, you did not have to log in, you just went to the buy board website, you went to Texas, and here we are, vendor list, and I like using the one that's Excel. Go back, please, I'm sorry. One right below, I like the one Excel, no, right above that, see right there. Right there, that's it. Where is that? There it is. Vic. That's why you still use a mouse. I can't do it any other way. What are you gonna pop up right there is answer your question. You don't have to log in. You just do our website, the list of all our vendors. We will show you what categories are awarded in. You use an Excel worksheet, you can sort it by category. If it says to sell trucks, you can look for trucks. Autos, columns, please, auto set them so that they can read them properly. To the right-hand corner where number 6 is up there. Let me see. Can I play with that? But let me just kind of coach you to do it. Go up to the corner where 6 is. 6, it's the number 6, right above the little arrow. Right above it, right above it, right above it. Little triangle, little triangle. There you go. What I'm saying, if you did that all the way across, the little triangle is, you do all the columns. Right here. Right there, where's the little triangle? Above the 6. Yeah. Above the 6. Above the 6. All right, you got them all. Now, let's go. Now, you got the vendor names, but we're having fun here. Yeah. Now, auto set up columns. All right. I'll highlight it now. So column width. The point being is, what I'm not trying to get to is getting messy. So here. Our vendors are set up on the alphabetical order. You can also, next to the worksheet, you can sort it so that you can see what category they're in. You say it's vehicles, you check the vehicle area. That's a quicker way to get there. But the point being, this is accessible to anybody. What I'll do is, that's where you have my card, my phone number, my email address. I can walk people through this, and once you get a hang, all used to it, they'll be able to do this stuff right now. Again, this is, get there, I have a piece of paper, then picture, and I do all that kind of stuff. This will get a price, and remember, for the vendors, you say, you wanna buy a widget, you say, I'll give you 50 cents for it, and you say yes or no, and you say no. Walk away. All right, let's go back to my presentation. Pressure up. Next slide. All right, this is an important slide from the perspective that this is audit compliance. Once you purchase something, you submit the PO to us, you put on it buy board, it says confirmation only. I always just tell people buy board pricing so that they know that they're babysitting on buy board pricing, and we check to make sure that they did. It goes like that. You can send us a copy of the PO, which is the most common, or you can send us an Excel worksheet of all your POs once a month, once every 6 months, however you want to do it. Okay, most people do it the top line. This is part of what I do. I talk to your accounts payable department, show them how to do it, walk through it, do it, and you have to make sure that you get comfortable with the procedures you set up. You can't get into it. Next page, please. Again, and this is important as far as I'm concerned. Your auditor will tell you, audit compliance. It's the most important thing. You want to get best value, but you want to comply with the law, because we are government entities are governed to make sure that you get best value. There's no cheating of it in terms of how you do business. Next slide, please. Job border contracting. We briefly talk about this. Y'all know what job border contracting is? Basically, renovations and stuff like that, when you need to do something like expansion of the building, that sort. Next page, please. We use RS means. You have the concrete that's being redone in the front entrance. You have that job, you call one of these vendors, have them give you a price, give them your spec, give an architect, your architect gives them the specs, and they give you a price. If you like, you take it. If you don't want to, they use RS means pricing. They're in the standard and the rate that's supposed to be disclosed by RS means. Again, you turn that into the Bible and you do that. The job is not normal for people. The other thing that we do to government entities is we provide electricity. We're not a broker. We provide you a quote based on what you all set up, and if you like to be taken, you don't take it. We'll set up. And the fuel also. The fuel, you can buy 1 gallon, you can buy 100,000 gallons. Again, to get more details on what I'm covering with y'all, take my cell number, you have my phone number, and office number, on my phone number. I really don't have all. Anyway, thank you all very much for your time. I know it's kind of all over the place, but hopefully you understand that we're available to help you. We're here to serve. We're a nonprofit entity to help government.
Appreciate it, Mr. Gonzalez.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And item number 16, certification of funds by county auditor for small dams fund 32 state grant process in the amount of $39,134.70, certified funds in fund 32 to be used for improvements.
Commissioners Court, pursuant to local government code 111.0108, I hereby certify that Jim Wells County has received $39,134.70 in the small dams fund, fund number 32, from state grant funds from the Water and Soil Conservation. This small dams funds in fund 32 are for expenditures to be incurred by small dams, and that such proceeds are available for appropriate expenditures. Certification allows for the addition of these funds to the 2023 budget as an amendment. Since the expenditure will be funded and paid by small dams 32, I hereby request the following budget amendment to the 2023 Jim Wells County budget. In small dams, the money's coming in from soil and water conservation. The account number is 32,000,332.00, 39,134.70, and it's offset by the expenditure of small dam improvements, 32,671,550.00, 39,134.70. If you have any questions, you can, don't hesitate to call me. Thank you.
Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Line item 18, discuss, consider, take action to authorize outside counsel Nissim Block and Barset to proceed with motion to appoint a receiver to assist with collection of judgment obtained in case number 23-01 62-536-CV, Jim Wells County, Texas versus Texas Equipment Sales LLC and Randy M. Rodriguez.
We'd like, just like for y'all to consider this is the next step in trying to collect these funds.
I make a motion
What item is it?
to authorize outside counsel.
A second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Okay, line item number 21, discuss, consider, take action to approve county treasurer's report and other monthly reports. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to approve item as presented.
A second.
There's a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Line item number 22, discuss, consider, take action to approve auditor's monthly report.
Commissioners Court, the first item that I'm gonna go over is the auditor's monthly report for the month ending June 30, 2023. Our revenues in the general fund have been 89% that we've collected. Overall, total revenues are 87%. In our expenditures, since it's half the year, the expenditures should be no more than 50%. If you are over 50, we need to discuss it or having something as to why you're over 50%. At this point, the general fund is at 47, and at 50, we're 3% to the positive. Next, we have all of the other funds, the road and bridge, and other funds. Altogether, we are at 47%. We're supposed to be at 50, so we have a 3% positive variance. So that's good. Next, I'm gonna go over the sales tax monthly report ending June 2023. At this point, we have collected 61.86% of what we forecast for the year, for year-to-date revenue of $1,886,937.12. For June, Jim Wells County had a net payment of $301,581.90. Last year at this time, we collected $258,671.28, a difference of $42,910.62. Positive variance of 16.59% change to the positive. Year to date, we have collected year to date, half the year, $1,886,937.12. At this time last year, we had collected $1,546,29.39. We have a difference of $346,000, $307.73, or a 22.48% change for the year. We've collected that much more this year than last year. That is it. Thank you all.
Thank you, Noe.
Thank you, Noe.
I make a motion to approve the county
Second.
auditor reports.
So motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Okay, line item 23, discuss, consider, take action on payroll and bills as submitted by the county auditor with exception of Fund 52, 53, and 54.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
With the
There's a
exception.
motion and is with the exception of 52, 53, and 54. So motion and a second, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign, motion passes. Line item 24,
Make a motion to adjourn.
there's a motion to adjourn.
Second.
And a second, all in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Thank you so much, everybody.